Today is July 30th, 2022, and this is your daily Half-Life 3 update. There is no news about Half-Life 3. So this is something that I know I've talked about before. I'm going to talk about it again, because it still annoys me every time I see it, and I see it a lot. I really get sick of these conversations, these who would win conversations when you take usually two superheroes. Batman versus Black Panther, who would win? The conversations always annoy me, because they're never good or interesting matchups. It's always kind of these one-sided matchups, and it usually comes from not understanding the characters you're comparing. If you say, oh, who'd win in a fight, Superman or Homelander from The Boys? It's obviously Superman. If you don't think it's Superman, you don't understand one of these two characters. And the other problem with asking the who would win is that since they're fictional characters, you get the problem that's caused by Squirrel Girl. Which, Squirrel Girl has beaten Thanos. She has squirrel powers, and she's beaten Thanos and Doctor Doom and Wolverine and Deadpool, and all these people have been beaten by Squirrel Girl because she's a fictional character in a fictional world written by a writer. So, whoever wins is whoever the writer is going to decide to win. Right? I could do Black Widow versus Dr. Manhattan. I could make that comic book, and I could write that Black Widow would win, even though that there's really no way that Black Widow would win against Dr. Manhattan. But it's all fictional. If you were choosing real people, who would win in a wrestling match, these two real life wrestlers, and that's an actual conversation you could have, or teams, who would win, the 2016 Patriots or the 1987 Patriots? That's real questions with actual data. I don't know. It's just an annoying thing I keep seeing all the time. It's people not understanding characters, or overestimating a certain character, or underestimating a character. You see people thinking Iron Man could beat Superman. It's in what world does Iron Man beat Superman? These things, it just doesn't make sense. And of course there is the heavy bias of whatever you like. So the Marvel fanboys are of course going to think Iron Man could beat anybody in DC, even though that's probably not the case. But, Anyway. And that has been your daily Half-Life 3 update for July 30th, 2022.